Judge dismisses Comey, Jane's indictments after finding that prosecutor was illegally appointed. Washington AP, a federal judge on Monday, dismissed the criminal cases against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James, concluding that the prosecutor who brought the charges at President Donald Trump's urging was illegally appointed by the Justice Department. The rulings from District Judge Cameron McGowan Curry halt, at least for now, a pair of prosecutions that are targeted toward the president's most high-profile political opponents and amount to a sharp rebuke of the Trump administration's legal maneuvering to install an experienced and loyalist prosecutor willing to file cases. The orders do not concern the substance of the allegations against Comey or James, but instead deal with the unconventional manner in which the prosecutor, Lindsay Halligan, was named to her position as interim attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. Defense lawyers said the Trump administration had no legal authority to make the appointment. In a pair of similar rulings, Curry agreed and said the invalid appointment required the dismissal of the cases. All actions flowing from
James facing charges of misleading her bank to receive a better mortgage rate, saying today, "I am hardened by today's victory. I remain fearless in the face of these baseless charges."
A White House
Laura joins us now live in studio. Laura, this sounds like this was doomed from the start. How did the issues with Halligan's appointment not get raised earlier?
So Comey's actually the one who raised it right away because he was the first one that Halligan charged herself. But Tom, the real question is, even if these are to be refiled, who's going to refile them? Because now a federal court is the one that gets to decide who the acting U.S. attorney is, not the president, not the attorney general.
All right, Laura Jarrett for us tonight. Laura, we thank you for that.
Halligan's appointment are just one facet of a multi-pronged
Tonight, after racing to Geneva to meet with a high-level Ukrainian delegation, Secretary of State Marco Rubio sounding optimistic.
It is probably the most productive day we have had on this issue.
And the Ukrainians publicly agree.
We are moving forward to the just and lasting peace.
Secretary Rubio repeating President Trump's Thanksgiving deadline.
We want to get this done as soon as possible.
Halligan and James likewise.
The 28-point plan crosses many of Kyiv's stated red lines, calling for Ukraine to give up one-fifth of its territory, some of which is not occupied by Russia, shrink its military by about a third, and blocks its path to NATO membership. President Trump was asked about it yesterday.
Is this your final offer to Ukraine?
No, not by my.
And if President Zelensky doesn't agree,
then he can continue to fight his little heart out.
Late tonight, the leaders of the UK, Germany, and France drafted a more comprehensive counterproposal seen by Reuters and the Washington Post. In a statement, the European Commission president says Europe must be at the table, highlighting perhaps the most sensitive issue for Ukrainians in any peace talks.
A crucial element that must be part of any agreement, the return of each and every Ukrainian child abducted by Russia.
Russia has denied abducting children, but the Ukrainian government puts the number close to 20,000. At just 12 years old, Veronika Vlasova says she was forced into Russia. She survived 15 months of interrogations, even a gynecological exam, held captive in an orphanage. I was lucky, she says. I was able to escape from Russian captivity, but other children are still there. Back in Geneva, Secretary Rubio assured reporters that even the thorniest issues could be tackled.
That the items that remain open are not insurmountable.
Now, today's negotiations were only with the Ukrainians. Secretary Rubio says they now take the work they did today to the Russian side. He said multiple times they still have work to do, but he thinks he's very optimistic they can get a deal done.
Hallie?